Hi everybody, I'm Fab Fonte, and you're watching Fonte's Inferno, The Circle, for fans of film and comic books. In this episode, we're going to revisit the time before WandaVision, when Wanda and Vision moved into their new suburban home, and quickly had to fight off an evil druid and his minions. I'm talking about the 1982 comic book, Vision and the Scarlet Witch, #1. The highly anticipated WandaVision, starring Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda the Scarlet Witch and Paul Bettany as Vision, makes its premiere on Disney Plus January 15th. The plot is still a bit of a mystery at this point, with the trailer and press clips showing the main characters in scenes reminiscent of classic 1960s sitcoms like The Dick Van Dyke Show, morphing into other eras, and we realize that life for Wanda and Vision after the Avengers isn't what it seems. Despite the cryptic backstory, Disney has been heavily promoting WandaVision, and it looks to be yet another popular addition to the Disney Plus platform. But before Disney Plus brought us WandaVision, Vision and the Scarlet Witch began their suburban odyssey in the pages of the 1982 Marvel Comics miniseries Vision and the Scarlet Witch, written by Bill Mantlo. The first issue hit the spinner racks on August 10th, 1982. Let's take a look. The story begins with Wanda and Vision taking a romantic autumn stroll in their new neighborhood in Leonia, New Jersey on Halloween night. The neighborhood kids, in awe of two ex-Avengers living in their town, break the ice trick-or-treating, which Vision responds to more literally than expected, but still endearing him to his new neighbors. Walking into their newly purchased home, they're surprised by a familiar and welcome face from their days as Avengers. Jarvis, taking it upon himself to walk in unannounced and start unpacking their personal belongings, offers his services to help them settle in. He presents Wanda with a gift from Captain America, and as they reminisce about their time with the Avengers, Wanda recognizes the book as a spell book, but rather than decipher some old druidic runes, they have other things in mind for their first night in their new home. As they enjoy a romantic moment alone, the book opens, but they stop short knowing that Jarvis has prepared a meal for them. Wanda notices the book opened, but thinks nothing of it. Outside, the kids, still in awe of their encounter with Vision, use Halloween as an excuse to knock on their door and intrude on Vision and Wanda's new life. Meanwhile, a wind blows the library door open and the book to the floor, casting a spell on the three unsuspecting kids as they approach the front door of Wanda and Vision's house. An unsuspecting Jarvis answers the front door and is quickly thrown across the room by the three newly possessed kids who have other things in mind than Halloween candy. They've taken the forms of their costumes and are there for Wanda in the name of He Who Would Live in order to set him free. And he's been set free all right. He's in their library. Set free from the druidic tome. I kind of like saying that. He Who Would Live shows Wanda the eras of human history through which he passed, from prehistory to Notre Dame in the Middle Ages. He is Samhain, the eternal embodiment of All Hallows' Eve. Wanda is familiar with Samhain through the teachings of Agatha Harkness. Samhain was trapped in the book, and the book was eventually freed from Greymore Castle by Captain America in Captain America number 256. Trapped in the book without Wanda's power to free him, Samhain waited for the power of All Hallows' Eve to allow him to escape. Captain America was probably thinking, oh, a book of runes and magic that I picked up at a battle in Greymore Castle. I don't know what this is, but Wanda would love it. In the foyer, Jarvis comes to as Vision has his hands full with the newly possessed Ghost, Goblin, and Jack-o'-lantern, who are still hell-bent on capturing Wanda. Vision uses his optic blasts to take out the Jack-o'-lantern, who reverts to his human form. Vision tries to reason with the Goblin, while Jarvis unsuccessfully tries to keep the Ghost from entering the library. But Jarvis does his best Captain America impersonation and throws his mighty serving tray at the Goblin, and Vision is able to take him out. They bust into the library to find Wanda attacked on two fronts by the Ghost and Samhain. Vision goes for the Ghost, and they learn the hard way that two intangible objects in contact with each other can be quite painful. Wanda's spells are useless against Samhain, but she combines her mutant and magic powers to cast the druidic tome into the fire, sending Samhain with it. His spells broken, the Ghost reverts back to his human form, and all three kids are back to normal, but none the wiser as to what happened. Vision returns to Wanda in the library, their impromptu housewarming ordeal over. After the kids have left, Wanda, Vision, and Jarvis are surprised by another ring of their doorbell. but instead of 3 possessed trick-or-treaters, it's Robert Frank, Wanda's father. Long story short, when Wanda and Vision were married in 1975's giant-size Avengers #4, Wanda and Pietro Maximoff's parents were established as Robert Frank, the Golden Age Wizard, and Madeline Joyce, Miss America. But as we all know in comic books, anything that can be retconned will be retconned. Vision in Scarlet Witch #1 has more of an old-school tone to it, more reminiscent of a Golden Age story rather than a title released in the same era as John Byrne's Fantastic Four, Frank Miller's Daredevil, and Chris Claremont's work on the Uncanny X-Men and the Wolverine miniseries. While the story isn't particularly groundbreaking, it is a fun primer to read before watching WandaVision on Disney+. Copies of all 4 issues of this miniseries can be found on Comixology for $1.99 each, and copies of issue #1 can be found on eBay from prices ranging from $1 to over $20. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please hit the like button. Leave a comment below, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications, and check out my website, fontesinferno.com, where you'll find other comic book reviews from previous years. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the Inferno.